Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, a happy Thanksgiving morning to all of you. I hope that you're spending your day, giving thanks for what you have. I know that there's going to be some people say, well, the real Thanksgiving means this, or there's some kind of, deep-seated symbolic meaning and psyop and everything. Sure. But there's no reason why we can't set aside different times of the year. It shouldn't just be one. To spend some time with family and give some thanks. And traditionally, a lot of people in the United States do that today. So I hope that you're able to spend some family time and reflect and give thanks to the Father for what you have, because we can't just always be focused on all the bad, what's going on. We have to stop and take time to do that. We are actually not doing Thanksgiving today. We did ours over the weekend as a community, and our daughter came in from out of town, and so, we had a big Thanksgiving day and dinner, and we're already kind of turkeyed and stuffinged out, so today will be just, maybe not normal, but we're not having a Thanksgiving dinner, no big turkey and dressing and stuff today. But I hope that many of you have a good day doing that, because it's just a good day to do that, right? Cold weather's moving in for a lot of folks. It already has for a lot of folks, but the weather forecast is showing that after today, that for the next several days, it should be very, very cold. Teens, single digits for many folks. So hope you're ready for that. And that usually that first time kind of catches you off guard. Well, I didn't get all my wood ready for the wood stove. I didn't have the stovepipe cleaned out. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready for that. So be ready for that. Also, I know we're talking about all kinds of positive things, so let's throw some negatives out there. These are some things that you should probably be paying attention to. Of course, Russia and Ukraine, they're heating things up even more. Russia did a retaliation strike against Ukraine again for using ATACMS missiles inside of Russia, and this time they struck a lot of infrastructure, utility infrastructure inside of Ukraine. And Russia said that they don't see that the situation there is anywhere close to any kind of ceasefire agreement. That it's not even in that realm right now. So that may be a ways off, and so we'll have to see. We'll have to see how things go, because things are progressing so fast there. Yesterday, Donald Trump released a statement or put a post out on his social media that he had spoken with the president of Mexico, and that because of the tariffs and the things that he'd said, that she had agreed to shut down the border, coming into the United States, that they weren't going to allow any more people, that they weren't going to allow any more migrants, that they were going to stop the drugs and all this kind of stuff. And people online got very excited. He's not even president yet, and he's already fixed a problem that's been going on for years. Except the president of Mexico has fired back and saying that's not at all what was said. She says that they're going to pretty much continue doing the same thing that they've always done, that they have a moral obligation to facilitate refugees that are in struggle and stuff, that they may not be necessarily driving them all the way up to the border, but that what Trump said is not true. So there's a little bit of back and forth there. I don't know if this is more of this, Mexico will pay for the wall, and then of course they don't, because we all knew that they wouldn't, or what. But don't get too excited there that all of a sudden the border's going to be shut down. Yeah, I'm sure that there will be a decrease in migrants coming across, but I don't think it's going to go to zero. And even if it did, there's tens of millions already here, so we've already got enough of a problem anyways. Probably one of the bigger news things that I see that it's not getting a lot of focus. I think people are just tired of it, and they're very focused on Trump getting into office and what's going on with all of that, and Ukraine and Russia and Israel and Iran and all that kind of stuff. This H5N1 bird flu is growing quite rapidly. It seems to really be focused a lot right now on the West Coast. And I know that because it's mostly in California, you gotta wonder how much of the data is skewed, because, you know, they probably would love to see a big pandemic right before Trump takes office. But according to the numbers, another 13 cattle herds this week in California were tested positive for the H5N1 bird flu, bringing the total herd count in the United States up to like 688 cattle herds that have tested positive. Of course, there's lots of poultry, some wild animals, some cats, and pigs. And I want to emphasize the pigs, because that's one of the animals that, when a virus transmits and mutates to where it's in pigs, then it makes it easier as it comes out of the pig population. It makes it much easier for it to be infected into humans. And there's been several dozen cases now of H5N1 in humans, but there's been 3 cases now in the last few weeks of people infected that they have no known connection to any type of wildlife or farm animals or anything. They don't know how they got it. They cannot trace any connection, and they're very disturbed by this, because it appears that it's starting to, I guess, mutate to where it can be spread much easier through the human population. California is saying that now every wastewater test throughout the whole state that they're doing is testing positive for H5N1. I know I'm not 100% sure I agree that these tests are valid, or that viruses even work in the way that they do. I'm just giving you the news that's being presented online, okay? And the reason is in a situation like this, it's kind of like the first time around with the COVID. It's not so much what the importance isn't so much the actual facts. And I know that that's coming from someone that loves to just give you the facts, ma'am, you know, but it's the reaction to the people. So even if all of this information that they're releasing about bird flu is completely fake, what it does is, number one, it shows the intention of this advancing and progressing, and then there's also the reaction of the people. But it does look like things are happening. There's that one case of that teenage girl that contracted H5N1. She's been in the hospital for like a month in critical condition. They say that she had no connection whatsoever to animals that were infected, all this kind of stuff. So this is progressing pretty rapidly. And at first I didn't think that it could, but now looking at it, I think that there's a strong possibility that this could become a full-blown pandemic before January 20th. Now, I don't know that that's going to affect things so much, other than just making the start of Trump's presidency, you know, in the middle of a big pandemic. I don't think that they would stop the inauguration, but hey, you know, I wouldn't put it past anyone. There's been a lot of things that's just strange and weird. So is that a possibility? I guess. But another pandemic looks to be possibly, we've been talking about this one for a while. It's been slow going, but it's finally really picking up speed. And so I know today, and no one wants to talk about that. No one wants to think about that. But we've been warned, you know, all of the experts, the Faucis and the Gates and stuff kept telling us there's another one coming, there's another one coming. And this one right now looks to be the best candidate. I was reading the other day, some scientist or whatever, doctor, was saying that this virus is only 1, maybe 2 mutations away from being a very virulent virus, meaning that it could just pass easily through human population, making it an epidemic. And then there's others saying that it is making those mutations as we speak because of how many animals it's gone through, things like that. They also came out this week and said that it tested positive in 2 batches of raw milk being sold in California. So this is milk being poured to the public. which I'm sure they're going to try to shut down the sales of raw milk, because the whole left, the government hates that. They don't want you to have the freedom to have something healthy, you know. But also they could blame that. Oh, see, that's how it spread amongst human population. It was in this raw milk, unpasteurized milk. Now everyone's got it. I don't know. I'm giving you the facts, ma'am, and I think it's well worth the effort to prepare. We've already been through a pandemic recently, right? So it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out what's going on and how to prepare for it. But you know, things are different. I think they're going to make this. There's just seems to be no way that they could follow the same game plan, because people figure it out. So it's probably going to be worse, which is what they, you know, Gates and Fauci and all of them told us, that the next one's going to be way worse. The doctors right now are saying that this thing could be 10 to 100 times more deadly than COVID. And then, of course, you know, if it does get started up soon, it's at the start of Trump's presidency instead of the tail end of it. So all those factors will be different, and we need to be prepared for that. So keep doing the things that you need to do, stocking up on, you know, the supplies that you need to make yourself healthy. You know what I'm talking about. YouTube doesn't like me talking about that kind of stuff, so read between the lines. And then just take the precautions that you need. Above all today, just spend some time with your family. Reflect. Give thanks to the Father for all the wonderful blessings that He's given us. No matter how bad our lives are, we are still blessed because we have Him, and we have the opportunity, if we take it, to leave this place and to go to something better. And so do those things today. Folks, it's time to get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.